Hello class, welcome to physics class for 7th grade. Today we are going to learn about motion. First, you need to know about what meaning of motion. Okay, on the previous topic, you've learned about this. How it rotates or how it revolves around the sun. Okay, before we learn about motion, we need to know the quantities that we are going to use to calculate motion. For example, first, you need to understand about the definition and how to measure, how to find position, displacement, and distance. First, distance. One meaning of distance and how to measure it. Distance is the taken away between 2 points. For example, it's x equal to 1, 3, or 4 for distance. Distance is a scalar quantity. Okay, let's check later what meaning of scalar quantities. And position. Could you mention the position of object A and object B? For object A, it's +3, and B, it's -4. Actually, for position, you need to identify the reference point. Because the position itself is the object's distance between the direction relative to reference point. And the position is a vector quantity. And you already find scalar and vector. So what's the difference? For scalar quantities, only give us the information of magnitude, only give us the information of value, number. But for position, it gives us more information about the direction. That's why you can find minus and plus as the sign of the direction of the object. Now, how about displacement? What's the difference between displacement and distance? For example, you want to go to point B from point A, and you have the first path, the black one, the black path, and then the blue path. The shortest path from this diagram, of course, the black one, and we can say the shortest way as the displacement of the object. The shortest way between 2 points, between A and B. But the blue path, the blue road, is identified as the distance. We can divide the displacement as the change in position, and it's also a vector quantity. Of course, it gives us the direction and the magnitude. We can write the formula of displacement as the final position minus initial position. Okay. Or we can use this formula to find change of position. As the delta itself, it means change in. X stands for position. Find xf, it means final position of the object, and xi stands for initial position of the object. And this arrow indicates that displacement as a vector quantity. This is arrow to indicate the displacement and its direction. It means it will give you the value plus the direction. Okay. Let's solve one example from A. Could you find the displacement? The displacement of an object from point A to point B from 2 to 5. Okay. For change of position, you need to find the final position 5 and the initial position +2. That's why we can measure, we can state the displacement of the object from 2 to 5 units, it's +3. It means 3 units to the right. Okay. Okay class, so this is our lesson for today. Thank you. Hello students, welcome back to physics class for 2nd grade. Okay, from previous meeting, you've learned about position, distance and displacement. For today, we are going to learn about speed and velocity and how to differentiate between two quantities. Okay. For speed, speed is defined as the total path or the distance between 2 points per time taken. We can use the formula. We can use this formula. V equal to x per t. X stands for the distance of the object and t stands for time, while v stands for speed. And speed is a scalar quantity. Last meeting we've discussed about this. Scalar, it means the quantity that only gives us the information of magnitude. It means it gives only one information, only the value of the quantities. And this is distance per time. For velocity itself is a vector quantities. It means it will give us the information about the magnitude and the direction. For the definition, velocity, we can describe it as the displacement per unit of time. We can write the formula. Actually, the formula is slightly different between velocity and speed. You can find this sign and delta. Okay. Delta, it means change in. X stands for the position and it means change in position of the object. Okay. Or we can say that velocity is speed plus direction. X stands for the direction and t for time. Okay. Both of these quantities have same unit. We can measure it in meter per second or in kilometer per hour. It depends on the problem that we are going to solve. Let's check how are velocity and speed different. How we can say it's different. First, you can check on this diagram, on this picture. There is a car, there are two cars that move with 60 km per hour to the left, and another car it will move. It moves 60 km per hour to the right. We can say from this diagram, from this picture, as the cars have the same speed. It means the value 60 km per hour. It means its speed. This is the speed. And because it's traveling with different direction, it means one of them to the right and one of them to the left, we can write this statement as this formula. But how if the car moves like this? Could you identify which quantities that same and which quantities the different quantities? The object, the cars move with different direction but same value, or we can say it's as the same speed. It means it's constant. It means it's always the same for each point, but the velocity it's not constant. As you can see, the direction of motion it's always changing. Okay, that's why we can say that the cars move with different velocity. Okay, class. I think it's enough for today. Let's continue on the next subtopic for velocity and speed. Thank you.